out about losing, correct?
You were copping out about trolling. Trolling affecting your performance.
That's my
right? So
point. But if you're saying I made a cop out would depend on whether or not I lost, correct? For your claim to make
it's
sense.
not contingent on that. You're not tracking. That's what I just said. I said you can
Okay, so
still
to
make a
clarify,
cop out
when
for
you
your
said that I
performance.
copped
So
out in my loss, you didn't actually comment on me losing.
No, I commented on you losing. You lost that
Right, so you
debate.
did care
You
enough
don't
to
even
comment
have
on
to
me
think that you
losing or
lost
not.
that
So that
debate.
initial thing that you said about me losing or not being unimportant to you, that's just not true.
Do you want to let me finish? Do you want to let me finish?
I'm asking you a question.
What was the question?
Yeah, I'm saying if it was unimportant to you, then why did you make a comment on it?
Because Tigger brought it up.
Yeah, but it would still be instrumentally important to you, correct or incorrect?
Not necessarily. Like it's not something
So
of like
zero value?
significance. I don't. Wait. No, I said.
No, I don't mean like. I'm not saying that this is life or death for you, but I'm saying it clearly has instrumental value.
Like,
so when you're trying to downplay, it just seems a little silly.
Yeah, I have some like opinion of you, right? Based on what I heard about you.
Not just an opinion, but it seems like this is valuable enough for you to have a discussion about. So when you're saying that I lost, clearly you have more of an emotional investment than if I have an investment on whether or not like chocolate ice cream is better than vanilla ice cream. Like this is more
I don't think it's like some. I don't think it's like some case to case thing. I think it's more so like no. It's not like we can compare ourselves. It's just the way I argue with people, especially with my friends like Tigga. Like we can argue over like the most menial shit. I've literally had like 2-hour debates with like Gandhi or Midnight over the most like menial bullshit ever. It's not like
but that is true in general.
It doesn't
Some
have to have
people
like some
a
crazy
hyper
level of
investment in
value.
stupid shit.
It can hold on, wait.
Yeah, but to be clear,
and I
some
understand
people
what you're about to say, and I'm gonna respond to
shit.
it. It doesn't have to be like some major investment or like some significant investment. So yeah, like I can still have like some menial investment or like not really care about you that much, and I can still not care about you enough to like talk about you like for extremely extended periods of time, or like even talk about you right now.
You did talk about me according to you for like 2 hours, so.
Yeah, he brought it up. I responded, and then like he continued the argument.
Yeah, but he's not like
jabs in there, and it kind of like
when you're saying that you talk for 2 hours.
I still don't have to care
and there's
about
nothing wrong with that. I don't really care either way. But I'm just saying, you're downplaying and trying to minimize what you did. But very obviously, you were having an opinion. You're very invested in this opinion.
Yeah, I still have that opinion.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I still have that opinion. So okay, I'm just like.
But the point I'm making is when you're trying to make it seem as though you don't care, it doesn't really make sense because most people wouldn't say, at least in any meaningful sense, I don't care about this thing, but I spend hours and hours and hours on it. But it doesn't really make sense, don't you think?
It can make sense given the framework I just provided. So if
no, but I'm not talking
about. I'm an argumentative person.
Most people talk it that way.
Yeah, no, well, we're in the debate com. Like it's people debate over like retarded shit all the time. Like it's
yeah,
not,
like, people in the debate com have all sorts of fucked up intuitions and ideas. That's not the question I'm asking. I'm just asking, do you think from a common sense perspective, people would say that's just normal? The answer is no.
Is what normal? Arguing over something stupid for you've never argued about something stupid for hours at a time?
I can do things that are abnormal, but the question was whether or not do you think that it's a normal amount of investment?
What's the argument for?
Do you think I'm making a dialectical appeal? I'm asking you, do you think that's a normal amount?
What's a normal amount of what? Arguing?
Do you think the average person would consider a normal amount to fixate on someone's debate skill for 2 hours, bare minimum?
Well, I mean, depending on the context, like it's not
from
something
a common sense
crazy.
Perspective. That's what I
like if they're seeing that somebody like if they saw the flow of the conversation and how it actually played out, they will see that this person like he can care, like he doesn't have to care that much.
Nobody's saying that it's impossible or morally bad for you to care, bro.
So people,
nobody's saying it's bad for you to care.
I just don't. No, I don't think it's like some crazy fucked up intuition to argue over something menial. I like. Do you have any empirics that would?
Do you think that was the point that I was making? Because I'm making a statistical claim and I'm providing intuitive evidence. You keep bringing up morality for some reason. It's not relevant.
Wait. So wait. How are you justifying these intuitions?
On which basis? Which one specifically?
Oh, you're saying I'm making these statistical claims based off of intuitions. Do you think that's very coherent?
Right. Yes. Yeah, I do. Did you hear me? Yes, I do.
Are you gonna give the like argument for why that's coherent? Like, okay, I'm gonna say that like
A, I need to, and B, do you think that there's an incoherence that comes from intuiting that there's a statistical trend? Are you being serious?
Yeah, without like any sort of empirics. Yeah, you're
When you
literally
say
appealing to
incoherence, do you mean
intuition.
logical
You have to
incoherence, or what do you
justify
mean
your
by
intuitions
incoherence?
in that instance. You can say you
Well, let
can
me
have
ask you
the
something. When you
intuition.
say incoherence, what kind of incoherence do you mean?
What kind of incoherence do I mean? The fact that I don't know. It's like doesn't really
Like, do you
follow.
mean that
Like
it's
if I
unintelligible to you,
like
or do you mean it's
I
logically
can think like
incoherent and
let me
provides
put
a
it for you this way. Do
contradiction?
you know the Monty Hall problem?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So people would have this intuition of something. This intuition would still just like be distinct from the theory, which is
So,
not very true. So for you to have the proper intuition or have an intuition we can appeal to, right? I need like some sort of empirics or some sort of justification for the intuitions because your intuitions differ from my intuitions and they can still be flawed. So I need the argument
one,
for
we
why
don't know if the
intuitions
intuitions
can justify
differentiate. That's why I was
empiric
actually
claims.
asking you to clarify your intuitions, for one. For two,
You're the
whether or
one.
not you think that I
What?
need further evidence is a separate conversation. The initial conversation will be whether or not it's actually going to be evidentiary. And if it is evidentiary just by default, then it's going to be an article of evidence.
Can you repeat the last part?
I'm saying
You
that
said
if
you
I'm saying that if by default it is evidential evidence, or rather if it's an evidentiary article, then it's going to count in favor of the thing that I'm saying, just by
yeah.
default.
What makes it? That's what's being put into question. I don't think you're
But I'm
understanding.
asking you, do you think intuitions qualify a form of evidence?
If they're justified, sure.
What does
If they're
that
not
mean?
justified, why would I have the reason to?
Wait, what does that mean?
Well, I can like if I have an intuition and it's just wrong, then like I wouldn't appeal to that intuition. If that intuition is justified and I have reason
So
for
when
why,
someone says a
not even yet, like
scientific
just
article,
things that make
just to
that
clarify,
intuition
when someone
true,
says like a
then yes,
scientific article is evidence in favor of a conclusion,
that's fine.
do you think that scientific article has to be exhaustive and justified in order for it to qualify as a kind of evidence?
What has to be mutually exhaustive or like by
I'm
exhaustive here
saying
you
that
mean
if
like
someone were to say a
it covers
scientific
all possible
article,
options?
if someone were to say a scientific article concludes on some particular proposition, do you think it would be a necessity for them to exhaustively defend and justify that scientific article?
Your your intuitions?
No, I'm giving you a parallel. I'm appealing to as a parallel empirical evidence.
What would be exhaustive from the empirical? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying
I'm saying
attention.
if you were to provide a scientific paper, does that have to be exhaustively justified in order to qualify as a type of evidence in favor of some conclusion?
Oh, well, yeah, like some sort of scientific paper. Wouldn't the justification just be like included within the observations made in that scientific paper? So yes,
No.
it would literally be justified. What do you think? What do you think? Like scientific papers are like based off of? Like
So it depends on the type of paper. Broadly, they are dependent on institutional acknowledgement, if that's what you're talking about.
institutional acknowledgement. Where's that derived from?
What do you mean? Where is that derived from?
Where is
Like
that? Where is that
materially or
institutional?
philosophically?
Scientific paper. Where do they like? You said all right.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
They
are you
made these.
asking where do they
Hold on,
derive from,
wait. Let me
materially or
finish. Let me finish.
philosophically?
They made these. What philosophically?
I'm saying, are you asking about the origins of scientific papers and their bases in terms of material origin or philosophical origin?
What's the relevant distinction there?
One would be asking me a causal question. The other would be asking about the methodological design. So the philosophical design that actually leads to scientific papers being credible.
Well, I mean, I don't really think it matters. Like, sure, like philosophical, physical. I'm talking about what makes these papers. I guess like why we would take these papers to be true. We're not taking them to be true just because
Yeah, if
they're
you're
like
asking philosophical specifically,
we're
that's
taking
kind
them
of
we're taking
question. I
them
mean,
to
there are
be
a couple of
true.
things.
We're okay. We're taking them to be true because, as you said, institutional acknowledgement. Where are we deriving this institutional acknowledgement from? Whether it's like some philosophical thing. I don't know what's meant by that. Are you saying like the processes in which they derive this uh, institutional acknowledgement? If that's the case, then that would literally just be
Well, I
like
was
what
going to say, I
observations,
think the way that
experiments.
most people tend to justify it is relatively intuitive. And that's the kind of argument that I was going to make. So as a parallel, you would obviously defend something like scientific articles and the context of defending some empirical conclusion. But then if I were to ask you how most people tend to justify a scientific article being relevant to their conclusion, Most people aren't going into exhaustive scientific investigation about a particular empirical conclusion. You know that most people aren't
Do you
scientists,
do you
and
think
then
do you think that
obviously,
scientific article? Do you think that
go ahead.
scientific article is like? Do you hear me? Do you think that
Yeah, I
scientific
can hear you.
article is like something that's justified through intuition? People can use that scientific article and like
The
derive a
way that it
conclusion
is
off
from
of
a
it from
common
their
sense perspective,
intuition.
yes.
From
Yeah,
their
from a common
intuition.
sense perspective, absolutely.
What do you mean common sense perspective? Do you know what
The
I mean by
average
justify here?
person, yes, I'm saying from a practical perspective for a lay person, they are not someone who's getting into exhaustive scientific investigation. What they are doing is relying on their intuitions about the trustworthiness of institutional authority. And then on that reliance and that assumption of credibility from a non-inferential basis, they're then concluding the justifiability, which they would be incidentally correct about.
Yeah, they're concluding that based on this thing that their intuition trusts, right? So you're this is where I'm saying like what you're saying isn't very analogous to here. Um, that you haven't, I guess, established some sort of credibility for this intuition that you hold. That
Yeah, but that's where
intuition
we're getting
is
there. I'm just trying to
justified.
ensure that you
So
think
this
that
is what
these
I
are
mean. This is
justified.
what I mean by you need to justify your intuitions, because their intuitions here, they didn't spawn from nowhere. Their intuitions here are justified and held together by the scientific
Yeah, so
paper
just to
that
clarify,
has
I'm
been
glad we do
derived
agree on that.
through
We do agree that those
observations
are
and the
justified.
scientific
You're
method.
saying the burden is on me to prove that both are justified. So then what would you say justifies the intuitions in the case of institutional acknowledgement?
Justifies the institution. I don't think like institutional acknowledgement is like. Wait, do you think justifies? Did you say justifies the intuition or justifies it?
Yeah, what justifies
Yeah,
the
scientific
lay
processes.
perspective? No, but the
Wait, from a
average
lay
person
per,
doesn't in the average person doesn't
they
participate
don't
in
need.
scientific
They don't need
processes.
to. They don't need to. They don't need to. Their credibility. Like, do you know where the credibility is derived from? I'm saying that the credibility they would derive
But
this
how
into
do they personally know? That's not the question. The question is how does a
because they
lay
know
person
that these
personally know this?
because they know that these scientific processes has
Do you
happened.
think they would have an
That's
exhaustive
how
set of
they give
inferential
this thing credibility. Do
justifications?
you understand that? They give this thing
You
credibility.
That's not the question.
What?
Westbound, the question I'm asking you is how does the layperson have an exhaustive set of inferential justifications when they don't participate in science? They wouldn't know the science in order to actually determine whether or not the paper is correct.
They don't They don't need to know. I'm saying they're making that inference based on the fact
No,
that
I'm
it
saying
has
honestly, I would assume that it's non-inferential. That's the point that I'm making. Like it's based off of an intuition.
from a non-inferential. So what? Yeah, their intuitions. You're saying a lot of these like
Their basis
like a
for the
lot of this
credibility is
jargon. A lot
non-inferential.
of this jargon. It's not very heavy in substance. You're asking me how these people
It
have
is.
these
It's a really
intuitions,
simple question, actually.
how these people have well, yeah, you're phrasing it in like a very jargon heavy way that makes you
Which
look
thing do
good,
you
but it's
want me to
not
explain?
actually
I can
like
explain it
it's
further.
not a
Any
very
specific part
intelligent
you.
thing. So I know what your question is, right?
So what is my question? Could you just say it for me?
Yes, what is your question?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
how
said
are
you
they
get my
making these
question. I feel like it's
yes,
not a
how are they
difficult question, so
believing
could you just repeat it
yes,
back?
how are they believing these intuitions
I didn't
from a
ask you something
non-inferential
doxastic. I'm asking you about epistemics. I'm saying, how do they justify from a lay perspective if they don't have scientific inferential justification access?
their intuitions would be based on like whatever scientific information would be made there. So yes, they wouldn't know the scientific information. They know that the scientific information leads to this conclusion. Their intuition would be justified by the fact that they know that these scientific processes do happen. I understand your
Right, Westbound.
question.
So I think we're agreeing now. So just to clarify, you're saying that they would have an intuition about the credibility. What makes you think that intuition is specifically justifiable?
Why that intuition is justified? Because it's based on empirics. It's based on some sort of empirics that they know exists, that they know happens, and if questioned
By
upon it,
definition, unless you're saying they appeal to empirics in some way that just most people don't mean in philosophy,
yes, it would be,
they're not appealing to empirics. It's going to be
it would
non-inferential.
be some implicit appeal to empirics. What do you
No,
mean
Weston, when
non-inferential?
people normally say that they're appealing to empirics, what they mean is they're making an observation, and then from that they create a proposition about that
Yeah,
observation, that empirical
what do you think the
observation,
observation is here?
and then they form an argument. But you're saying it's an intuition, so it would be by definition non-inferential. It wouldn't be an empirical basis by which they establish an argument or a syllogism.
What are you talking about?
No, it would still be.
What
I have
the
no idea.
fuck?
My bad, bro.
Anyway, no, it would literally by definition, it would still be something that is justified off of these things. So yes, intuitions can still be based off inferences. Like,
We're not in disagreement about whether or not they're justified. I'm asking you, why would those be justified?
yes, why would those be justified? Yeah, I keep answering your question. Can you just tell me
But
how?
your answer, yeah, to clarify, your answer just now was that the basis was itself something inferential. And then I'm asking you, why do you think that? Because it actually seems to be contrary to what we're saying. Because you're saying that they're appealing to empirics, but based on what?
They would be. Are you trying to get me to say based on their intuitions?
Yeah, I'm saying the
Like,
intuition itself is prima
their
facie just
intuitions
evidence.
are appealing. Okay, basically, they have these intuitions. These intuitions are justified and held and supported by these scientific processes that they know lead to a conclusion that matches their intuition. They don't have to know the exact scientific processes, but they know that these scientific processes do happen. So they know that these empirics exist, right? They know that these
So
empirics
you, just to clarify, you
leading
think
to
the
some
layperson is
conclusion.
actually, yeah, but to clarify, you're saying the layperson, so someone who doesn't have training in philosophy or science, and especially not science, you're saying this person is actually going out to find an empirical basis for their intuitions after the fact? That's what you're saying?
If well, I mean, this whole thing is based on whether or not like they're appealing to some scientific paper, right? I'm saying that scientific paper
Yes,
is the
but
empirics.
why
It's
would they
justified by
say,
some empirics. All right.
you're just
So I'm
saying
not
that they
saying that
have,
you're
yeah,
not
but to
understanding my
clarify, you're saying
argument.
now they have a circular basis, which is A, not about intuitions, but also B, that's
What do you mean
actually
a
a
circular base?
huge change in what you were saying before. That's arguably just not justification at all.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by circular justification there? What's
Because
meant
the
there?
question I asked you was, why would we take empirical evidence like scientific papers seriously? You're saying because of the intuition being that they're credible. Then I ask you, why would we take those seriously? And you're saying the same scientific papers justify the initial credibility. So it would be A because B because A.
Okay, A because B because A. What is A
Yes.
supposed to be here? Because I
A
thought
is
A
the
was okay.
scientific
So
papers,
let's say A
B
is
is
no,
the
because you just said
intuitional
something incoherent.
credibility, and then A is yet it's not incoherent. A is the scientific papers, B is the intuitional credibility, and the A is that you're saying the scientific papers again justify the intuitive credibility. Unless you
It
mean
would be
different scientific papers,
no.
maybe that's
It
what
would
you
be
mean. But
no. It would be intuitive credibility. Not even
right,
intuitive
and
credibility.
how is that
Somebody would
justified?
hold on. Somebody would hold A intuition, right? Their
Yeah.
A intuition is backed by B scientific paper. B scientific paper is backed by C scientific processes that support slash prove
But so
B.
you're
A
saying
does
the
not have to
bedrock of
interact with
intuitive
C.
credibility.
Hold on, wait, let me finish. Let me finish. A does not have to interact with C to have a proper understanding of B, not even proper understanding, to hold the same position and believe that B is true because they know that C exists and they know that C, like, they don't know what C is exactly, but they know that C did happen and C is some justifier for B. Like, I don't think you're understanding my argument. I'm not making some like circular thing. I'm making this chain
Right. So if
of
you're not
causal
making a
relationships.
circular argument, then you are saying the initial thing that I said. So that what you're actually saying is it's the scientific papers as a basis of empirical, or rather intuitive credibility, and that self is justified on some other empirical basis. But my question is, how do you know C?
How does who know C?
The
The
layperson
layman?
that we're talking about.
Yeah, they wouldn't know C. That's like the whole point of what I'm saying. They
But then
know
it
that
wouldn't
C
be a
exists.
justifier.
They
Yeah,
know of C's existence.
when you're saying something
Basically,
is a justified
by
belief, you
believing
essentially just
in
mean it's
B,
knowledge, like the vast majority of context.
by believing in B, they're justified. They would have a justified true belief.
Just to clarify, B is yet again what we're talking about here. B would
Yes,
specifically
they
then
would
just
believe
be
in
the intuitive
B.
credibility.
They would believe in B. They give B this, I guess, like credibility. They
Right. But then
derive their
you're
intuitions
saying
from B.
their bedrock for intuitive credibility is actually a non-justifying basis because you just said it wouldn't really be a justifier. That's what you just
What
said.
wouldn't be a justifier? B? I'm saying B is a justifier, and B is
No,
justified by
you're
C.
saying intuitive credibility is a justifier, but I'm saying what would be the basis? And then you said it'd be scientific processes,
B.
but then you said they don't really know that.
No, I'm saying their justification would be B. B is justified by C. they can hold this. They can have their opinion justified by B without knowing C, but B is justified by C. Like, do you see
Right. So
what I'm
how
trying to
is,
say here?
if you're saying that they're appealing to something that they don't personally know, then that's not going to actually be justifiable in any meaningful sense. But if what you're saying is maybe in some broader incidental sense it might be justified, that's just equivocation what we're talking about.
Yeah, and some broader. Okay, and that's what I'm asking for here. So yes, if you can give me, I guess like some sort of broader justification for this intuition, that's fine. But you just haven't. You're just like appealing to your intuition straight up. Like
And
basically,
what would you
You're saying A without B or C.
and what
I
would you
need some
say
sort
that
of
you
B and C.
think what would you say that you think my what did you say my
We're not.
unjustified
We don't
intuition is
disagree here.
specifically?
We don't disagree here.
I think
But
we
what
do
you're not
actually. So
doing is
you said
justifying your
what would be
intuitions.
my unjustified? Hold on, just to clarify. You said what would be my unjustified intuition? Did you spell it out?
You were saying like a bunch of things that were like based on intuitions that just weren't justified. Like,
Like
which one
what?
do you want me to like single out in particular?
You can pick any one of them.
Okay. What we were talking about before this was that's enough. What was the intuitions you were saying? Just like remind me real quick. Like I don't like
I mean,
particular. I don't want to misquote you. I don't like.
whichever one. You can just give me your
No,
paraphrase.
just
I can tell you.
tell me
I had
something. I'm not
intuitions.
gonna misquote you.
Chill. We're good, bro. Chill. I was gonna say, I had intuitions
Well, I
about
mean,
these
no, I don't.
debates.
No,
I had
I'm gonna be
intuitions
honest. I
about.
don't like. I don't
Go
remember
ahead.
exactly like what he said. Like he's agreeing that they were intuitions. He was asking what the means to justify them were. I'm just asking what he said, like in particular. That's fine.
Do you need me to try for you, Westbound? I can try for you. Don't worry.
No.
Trouble. Do you need me to? Let me stop. All right, bro. You got it. All right,
Look,
Trini. So
Westman,
do you not remember
if
what
you
you said or
want,
not? Do you wait, Trini?
well,
Do you
I
not
told you
remember what
already.
you
I had
said?
intuitions about the debate
Okay. Do you want to just
proposition.
end this here? Like
No,
if you
we're
don't
still
if you
talking.
don't want to say what you said before, that's fine.
I
Like, do
did
you
the
want to
intuitions about the debate proposition.
Which debate proposition? What do you mean?
So you were talking about my performance, and one of the things that you brought up was that you felt that I was trolling, and I was saying I didn't really.
Oh
Go ahead, say
no.
your thing.
You're not tracking. No, that wasn't what it was. It was intuitions based on like whether or not people would like argue about for hours on end on like something that's menial. That's what we were talking about. Those were the intuitions
Right,
that we were trying to
but do
like
you
justify, and
know?
then you were asking me how
But do
we
you
could
know
justify them.
why? Do you know why we're
Yeah,
talking about that? To clarify.
yeah, no, but that like that thing, like I know that's what we were talking about, but that
We
weren't
were
like
talking
those weren't the
about
intuitions that we were
your
asking to justify.
analysis of my debate performances, and one of the things you try to say is like a rhetorical flair. You were trying to say that you
No,
are not personally invested in any of these topics, and you were saying we should do another topic. But the point that I was making was that clearly you have a level of investment based on the fact that you're spending hours, and I think the common sense person would probably
I
come to
have
this
a level
perspective as
of
well.
investment. That's fine. I hold an opinion
But
of
hold
you
on,
as a
stop.
debater.
Then
That's
you
fine.
furthermore, hold on, stop. You
Then
furthermore
we're
then
talking
said that you
about
think Westbound. Wait, hold on. You missed a further thing that I said. You then said that you thought that there was some contradiction or unintelligibility between someone saying there's a statistical trend that's being intuitive.
yeah, and the statistical trend that's being intuited. No, you're
Right.
saying that you were justifying the statistical trend from your intuitions, and I'm asking you what the intuition was justified by. Like you don't remember that?
Right. Yes, that's my
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
So
So
when
what
you're
were the
saying,
intuitions for this statistical trend?
right, just to clarify, so you admit if it can be broadly justified because you don't need an actual
You
definite,
haven't done
exhaustive
that though. You
intellectual
just said,
basis.
how would I go?
Stop,
I don't know
stop,
how to
stop,
justify
stop,
them.
stop. You can hear the
You
second
just
part of
said
what
that
I'm saying. It'll
intuitions
give
could
you an
justify.
answer. We can just
All right.
make a
So
dialectical
wait,
appeal, and then we can
is
ask
that
the
a
people in the
concession on
chat.
your end? Is that a concession on your end
Actually,
that
be a concession
intuitions
on
can't
your end,
justify
Westbound.
statistical data?
No, it'd
All right.
actually be a concession on your end. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm?
He
Is that
said
a
It would
what?
that
be a
If it's a what?
concession
concession on
on
your end.
your end, and I could explain. It would be because of the fact that what I'm saying is that A is not obviously unintelligible or contradictory, and that B, that you could have non-inferential or non-definite scientific bases as to why you might believe in something intuitively. Correct? In which case I can make a dialectical appeal.
Yeah. What do you mean? Okay. Was there? Why would this dialectical appeal like have any sort of justification? Because that scientific appeal still has some sort of justification. The layman doesn't know
Why
this
would a
justification.
scientific process have any justification value?
Are you talking about like the scientific process or the scientific paper?
The scientific process is relevant to the claim you made. Why would that have any justification value?
It's based on our observations in the real world. We use our observations
You realize part of the
to
scientific
justify the
process
things we
is
say.
observations. That's
Wait,
literally going in a circle.
yes, I know what scientific process is. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Right, but you're saying the system of observation, among other things, is justified by our observation. Do you understand why that's silly? That's literally a circular argument.
Well, okay. Do you understand what induction is? Like, all of these things, like, are
Do you
circular.
realize induction doesn't mean circularity? Actually, it means the opposite, right? That's why it doesn't have
Induction
any problem
entails
with
circularity.
deduction.
Okay, wait.
No, it
Can
doesn't.
can you wait? Can you justify
actually doesn't.
induction? Wait, can you justify induction?
Yeah,
Justify
non-inferentially.
induction.
Done.
Justify induction.
I did non-inferentially.
What do you mean by non-inferential?
Okay, so for one, you just said that was going to be circular, so I'm glad you agree that obviously now it's not circular. For two, it's going to be as a matter of
Well, I'm
necessity.
saying the scientific process as a whole, using observations to justify claims, will ultimately end up being circular.
No, it won't.
Do you know what the problem of induction is?
Do you know what foundationalism is? What are you talking about?
Okay, so you're a foundationalist. All right, so then you agree that it's circular, but you believe
Regardless,
that there are some
actually,
things that have to
no,
be
stop.
circular.
You don't
All
have to
right.
be a foundationalist. Hold on. Firstly,
Do you know what
foundationalism assumes
foundationalism
circularity.
is? What do you think the implications of that is, dumbass?
Two, to clarify, I think you might just be a retard, but to clarify, there's also infinitism,
think
which you
you're very
realize
smart.
also is a coherentism. All right, so what's coherentism? What's foundationalism? And then what's infinitism? Go ahead.
Infinitism is that you can have like a infinite regress. I'm trying to remember it. Like what?
It's not infinite regress, by the way.
Okay,
That's not really
can
how
you
they
explain?
describe it.
Okay,
Continue.
infinite regress. Okay, things can be justified infinitely from one another, right? So something always
But in
has
what
to
way are they
justify another
justified?
thing,
But to
and it
clarify, what way are they
will follow infinitely. Like what?
In what way
Okay,
are
and
they
then
justified?
hold on, let me finish. Foundationalism. There are some things that like are
No, hold on. You
inherently
messed up on
self-justifying.
infinitism. Hold on. In what way are they justified on infinitism? Go ahead.
What do you mean? In what way they're justified in infinitism?
You didn't realize that they're referring to propositional facts. Okay, let's go ahead and just drop this topic.
No,
Let's move on back to
what
the
do
main
you?
point that I'm making.
Because you don't know. I literally explained to you these concepts. You thought I
You didn't
know
bring up
them.
a propositional.
You
No,
thought
it's
I
about
know. You thought I knew them. Okay,
justification sets
propositions
of
can be
propositions.
infinitely justified. I'm just saying things that are
Right,
justified.
but you didn't mention propositions, which is a
I
relevant
said
detail.
things. What? I had to say propositions.
I didn't
like
realize
you're
all
trying to,
things
you're
are
being super
propositions.
pedantic here. You're being
Yeah,
super
I
pedantic
have
here
this
because you
thing in
knew.
my car. I
No,
have a
because you knew I knew
proposition.
what you were
I have this
talking
thing in
about.
my bedroom.
You
I have a
knew what
proposition. That's
I knew
stupid
what
as
you were
fuck.
talking about, and you want to be a little pedantic retard. Like, what's wrong with you, dude?
Ironic. Okay, I have a thing in my bedroom. I have a proposition. You
Yes,
sound like a fucking
yes,
retard.
justifications for beliefs. And by the way, wait, you
I
think
didn't realize
infinitism
all
is like
things are propositions,
do
or
you
even
think
that
that
generally means
infinitism
from
is
a
like
common sense perspectivism.
wait, do you think that infinitism is like limited to like propositions?
In traditional definition, absolutely. Are you stupid?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, W tap out. So let's go ahead and move back to the point.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think
Yeah,
that
sure.
foundationalism
It's
assumes
literally no.
circularity?
It's what?
You said earlier that if you're a foundationalist, you're going to assume circularity based on what?
Well, you think that there are some things that are just self-justified. There are some things in the universe.
No, they don't think that it's self-justified.
Okay,
Who
what's
told you that?
foundationalism then? Go ahead.
Foundationalism is going to say either there are going to be some things that have a fallible basis that you necessarily assume, but they themselves are not justified because you take justification to be an inferential process, or they will say those things are justified by their necessity through human experience or philosophy, and so as a result, they are
by
not
their
inferentially
necessity. And what's
justified.
the argument for their necessity? What does it end up being?
It's
Tell
just
me, Trini,
assumed.
what is
It's
the
just
ultimate
assumed.
consequence of that, Trini? That
It's
they're
just
circular,
assumed,
right?
buddy.
That they're
Nope.
circular, right?
I'll
What's
put
the
it in a
ultimate
way that
consequence
Alex
of that?
Malpass normally describes
Yes.
it. Since
Okay.
this is a
So the
little hard for
ultimate
you.
consequence
Do
of
you
that
think a straight
is that
line
they're
is a
circular.
circle?
You are being
No, it's not.
extremely
Do you think a
pedantic.
straight line is a circle?
What?
Do you think a straight line is a circle, retard? Yes or no?
What is this? What is the argument you're trying to give?
A foundational chain of justification looks like a straight line, retard, whereas a circular justification ultimately will look like coherentism, and vice versa.
Well,
So they're not the same thing.
I'm saying the way you justify
You're
this,
just saying shit. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm saying
like,
that
at all.
no, you're very retarded. This thing that lies in the very
You know, we could
beginning.
just, yeah, if
This
you want, we
initial,
could
this
just go on,
initial, like for
would
example,
you like to go on
induction.
SCP?
This
Would you like to go
foundation.
on IEP?
This foundation. No, you retard.
If we look up lectures from philosophers, what do you think they'll say? That it's what you're saying or what I'm saying? What do you think?
that foundationalism like ends up like agreeing that there are some things that are.
says when William Lane Craig says that he thinks that there's an evidential basis for God, do you think that he's arguing from a circular basis, that he's trying to argue from a circular
There's
basis, or that
self-evidence.
he's trying to argue
Yes.
from a linear basis?
Things. Okay. Well, you can say that the way it expands is some sort of linear thing. That's fine. And by the way, isn't coherentism
Right. So
expressed as like
if
some
you
sort of
think
web?
that if you
Wait,
hold on,
isn't
to clarify,
coherentism
if you
expressed as
agree
like
that
some
it's
sort of web?
linear, hold on. If you're going to agree that it's linear, then it's not circular because it's not what we're talking about.
I'm saying
Correct.
the means in which we justify that original foundation would end
Well,
up
we're
being
talking
circular
about
because it's
fundamental
self-evident.
justification.
It's like saying,
You're giving an answer to the
let me
Munchausen
explain to you
trilemma.
how the
Nobody's
consequence is
talking about
circular.
whether or not you might do it in some
absolute
other
dumbass.
context.
Do you want me to explain
Okay,
to
so
you
what do you
how
think?
it ends up being circular? You absolute dumbass. You're saying okay, intuition is like some
Why can it
self-evidence.
not be a
So
straight line? Can I hear that?
why is intuition justified?
Why can it not
Oh,
be a
because
straight line? Can I
intuition
hear
is
that?
justified. That's what
Why
self-evident
can it
is.
not be a
I'm
straight
saying,
line? Can I hear that?
oh my God, you're not understanding. Yes, the way it expands can be in like some sort of straight line, but I'm saying the means in
If
which
it's in a
that
straight
original
line, it's not a
foundation is
circle, retard.
justified is circular.
I
Okay, so
don't know
what?
if you need. I don't know if you need like grade school geometry. If it's in a straight line, it's not a circle,
dumbass.
retard.
Hey, dumbass.
No,
Hey,
you didn't know
dumbass.
that, did
Hey,
you?
dumbass.
That's really sad.
What?
You didn't know that a straight line's not a circle. You're a fucking retard. Keep talking.
Obviously not, retard. Do you want to
Okay, so I'm
understand
glad you agree.
the fact that the
Foundationalism and
original
coherentism are different things. You're a fucking retard.
foundationalism and coherentism are different things? That's fine, but I'm saying the
Okay,
means
so
in which you justify
what was the definition?
that. Oh my God, the means.
What was the definition?
You cannot
of foundationalism
justify.
versus coherentism?
You cannot justify the starting
Based on?
point or whatever starting point you want to use for foundationalism. So for example, induction.
because you cannot
Induction would be
justify
this
it in the way that you
foundational
like
thing
it, therefore it
that
must be a
is
circle.
self-evident.
What's
That
the
is
argument for that?
self-evident. So I'm asking you, okay, under the
So
foundational
because
worldview,
you don't
how
think
is
that
induction
justification works,
justified?
why does it have
I'm
to be in a
asking you a
circle?
question. I'm asking you a simple question. Under the
You're
under the
flipping.
foundational
You have a current burden
worldview,
right now, and you're
how is
actually flipping
induction
on it very
justified?
heavily.
Just answer this question. Just answer this
I
question. Try and not
already
be
explained.
circular.
I said non-inferentially, and you're flipping now because you have a burn at the moment. So the burn that
Wait,
you have to explain why a straight line
non-inferentially.
has
Wait,
to be a circle.
non-inferentially. What's meant? How, justify non-inferentially. Go ahead.
I did. Foundationalism. Parallel case.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what you just did?
What's that? Go ahead and tell me.
You just made a circular argument. You retard.
No, it wouldn't be. That was actually
Because
really
it's
sad.
Self-evident. Yes.
No,
Okay.
it's a parallel case. These two things are
Under the
analogous.
foundationalist.
Therefore,
Hold on. Let me.
case,
Under the
other one would be a
foundationalist
companion
worldview,
in
how
guilt.
is induction justified? You said non-inferentially. You said okay. How do you justify that non-inferentially? And then you said through foundationalism. What is that? You
Nope, I
absolute
said through
idiot.
parallel case. You're actually a retard. Through parallel case.
Through parallel
I
case.
don't know,
Okay, well, you
that.
said through foundationalism. Okay, so give me
Through
the parallel case.
foundationalism as
Okay,
a parallel
justify,
case.
justify through the
That
parallel
was
case.
actually really sad. Wait, so just to clarify, you conceded on that.
Justify the parallel
You
case.
also conceded
What
on
is the
your
parallel
burden
case?
because you
What
won't
is the
actually
parallel
fulfill it.
case
You think
here?
a straight
There's
line
no
is a
flipping the
circle A.
burden. I'm questioning
B,
you. I'm questioning you.
You
I'm
just said that
questioning
you
you
can
on
defend the idea that a straight
foundationalism.
line must be a
I'm
circle.
questioning
And
you.
also, by
I'm
the way, I just want to throw
on
this out there.
foundationalism.
You already agreed. Hold on,
I'm
stop. You already
questioning
agree with
you.
me that you think that a parallel case isn't the same thing as a circular justification. You fucking retard. So
No,
you can
I'm
see that
gonna
on
say
both things.
no. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm asking
Stop
you this right
stuttering.
now. I'm
Get
gonna
it
play
together.
along with what you're
Slow
saying.
down. Slow down.
Listen
Stop
to
stuttering.
me.
Calm down.
Listen to me,
Calm
retard.
down.
Listen to me, you idiot. Listen to me,
Stop
idiot.
trying to do the
Dumb
flirtatious
idiot
voice.
boy.
It sounds mad gay. Just
Listen to
speak normally.
me.
Go ahead.
Listen to me, you dumb idiot. All right.
That shit was not gay, bro.
You,
Just calm down.
I
Speak
need
normally.
you. Hold on. Can you justify? Because you know you can't do this. Justify the parallel case.
I did parallel case, and you already agreed that's a different kind of argument than
No,
you saying it was a circular argument,
justify
retard.
the parallel case. No, because you think your burden ends there. Like what? How did you justify the parallel case?
I did.
How did you justify the
And you're
parallel
actually
case?
burden flipping at the moment, which I
Wait,
think is a little
how
funny.
did you justify? Wait, how did you just? You won't say it because you know under
Stutter. Stop stuttering. Just calm down. Which part do you want to go down?
You know, no,
Stop
because
stuttering.
you
Calm down. Slow
know.
down. Slow down. Slow down.
You're an idiot. No, because you can't justify
Slow
the things
down,
you
bro.
say.
You're
Please
stuttering.
somebody tell me.
You look, you know, you
Somebody
don't know
tell
what
me
you're
you
talking
recorded
about.
this.
So just slow down.
Somebody tell me that you recorded this. You can like
Yeah.
say whatever you want. I'm just telling you this right now. You realize I have you backed in a corner. You aren't answering my questions for a reason. Answer my question.
I actually answered every question you gave. I just
You
think it's a little
haven't. You
funny
said
you're
I
bugging for
already
things.
have, and I'm asking you, how have you?
I did. If you didn't understand my answer, that doesn't mean I didn't answer. It means you're a
What was
fucking
your
retard.
answer? Repeat your answer, because I've asked you
Do
to
you not
repeat yourself
understand?
multiple
So just
times
to clarify, you
during
didn't
this
understand my
conversation.
answer? To
What
clarify,
was
you
your
didn't
answer?
understand my answer?
What was your answer?
I'm asking,
Parallel
did you
case?
understand my answer?
I said I don't think you gave a response. I
Okay,
need
so
you
just
to
to
give me a
clarify,
response.
on the
You didn't give
supposition that
a
I gave an
response
answer
to
and you didn't hear,
understand.
that would mean you didn't understand, correct?
No, no, you did not give a response. There's nothing to
So just to
understand.
clarify,
I
on the
asked you a
supposition, hold on,
question.
I'm saying it's a conditional. So if it's the case that I did give a response and you, for whatever reason, are misunderstanding or struggling right now, it's because you didn't actually properly follow along, correct?
No.
Wait, so you did follow along,
No,
just to clarify,
listen to
so
me.
then you
Listen
had to
to
have
me.
followed along.
No, I said, so you didn't follow along, correct? And I said,
Right, but
I
I'm
don't
saying
care for your
if you're
hypotheticals.
claiming that you did
No, and
actually
I'm
follow
saying I
along,
don't care for
then
your
obviously that'd
hypotheticals.
be an issue.
I don't care for your hypotheticals, you absolute idiot. What I'm trying to
That shit
tell
was not
you,
rhetorical, buddy. That shit was not it.
it's not supposed to be rhetorical. Like
I hope not. That's just not that
the
gay.
old
Continue.
calm where you lost to Demi and webcam pair. This isn't
Oh
like
no, you
back
lost the
then.
base on
We
Discord.com. I'm a lame ass
Yes,
nigga, so all I care about
yeah.
is
I
debating
mean,
on
yeah.
Discord.
You
That's
kind of
not what
are
I want.
lame. Like, wait, do you have anything going for you? If not, we can like
Yeah, I do.
continue.
I'm not you. I'm
Anyway,
not a lame
the
ass nigga
point
that
is,
worships
I don't
pedophiles.
care
What
for your
about you?
hypotheticals. I don't care for your. Wait,
Do you
what did
have a
you just say?
response to the point that I'm making about the conditional?
No, I'm saying I don't care for whatever
So you don't have a
hypothetical.
response.
I
Nice.
don't care. No,
Nice.
because I'm saying it's irrelevant.
You
I
don't
don't
have a
see how this.
response to the conditional I just made that showcases
I
why you're
don't
being
care
uncharitable
for
and
your
very obviously a bad
hypotheticals.
actor. Nice.
I don't care for your hypotheticals. Whatever conditional
It
you want
doesn't
to
matter
set
if
up.
you don't care,
I'm
retard. You just made a
saying
point
you
earlier
did not
that
give a
you
response.
have this
If you are
expectation
ready
to
to give,
answer or not answering.
you're like completely compromising dialect. You don't want to respond.
What does that mean?
If
Hold
you're
on. Define compromising dialectics.
you're
Um,
halting dialectics in a way that will
no,
not allow the
no, you're
debate
just
to proceed.
restating it. No,
You
give
are
a
high.
stipulative
You're
basis
let
as
me
to
let me
what that
finish. You won't
definition
let me
means.
finish. You won't let me
No, but
finish.
I'm saying provide a stipulative definition. That's what I'm asking you.
Oh, you want me to get you like a definition off dictionary? That's fine. Okay.
That's a type of
Compromising
stipulative definition, but that's not the
dialectic.
only. I'm saying you can give a personal stipulative definition.
Oh, I was giving you
I
a
didn't
personal
realize.
definition, and you didn't
I
like.
didn't know Oxford Dictionary had compromising dialectics as a phrase. That's neat.
Well,
That's
I
neat.
was
That's neat.
using a dictionary. Like,
But I'm saying you can use any dictionary. I didn't realize the
okay, that's
term
fine. I was giving
compromising
you a personal
dialectics
definition.
is inside that shit. That's what's up.
You didn't accept my personal definition. You didn't think it explained it well enough because your brain isn't adequate
I didn't
in
say that. I actually just
understanding
specifically said
these
I'd like a
concepts. You
stipulative
just
definition. It could have been
regurgitate
for the
every
reason. I
single
just
thing
wanted to
you
be
said.
funny for everybody else.
You just said it. You just what?
Are you just not
I
understanding?
can't hear you.
want me
Your
to go slower for
background
you?
noise is so loud.
My bad, bro. I'm outside right now. I know you don't know about that, but type shit. But okay, I'll restate any part I want.
Well,
Would that
wait,
help
no,
you?
I go out more than you. I'm on Discord less than
I'm
you.
sure you
I don't.
do. I'm sure you do.
Okay, good for you.
You were debating Tigga about me for hours, bro. I'm sure you do. So let's get back to the
Well,
point.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't on Discord very
Hold
often.
on, let me ask you before you
When I
try and change the
do,
topic.
I'll argue. I
Do
don't care
you
about
agree
it.
or disagree with the conditional that I made, or are you gonna not respond?
I don't care for your conditional. How is it relevant?
Okay, type shit. So you
I'm
won't respond.
asking that.
So
That's
just
what
to
I've been putting
clarify,
into
the
question for a
importance of
very
me
long
bringing
time.
that up,
You're not
I'll
understanding this.
explain to you why you
What
probably
is
should
the
have
relevance
responded.
of that conditional?
That's what I'm
What
going to
is the
explain right now.
conditional?
So I'm glad you asked me. So Westbound, the
Go
relevance
ahead.
of it is that if I did in fact say that and you didn't hear, then you could just prompt me to answer. But the fact that you don't even want to hear it and admit that you may have possibly misheard or misunderstood means that you're just trying to be a debate finger, being a lame ass nigga on Discord. That's all it is.
Not really. I'm saying I'm just asking for a response. You didn't give me a response.
I did, but
every
I'm saying
single time I said
if you have the humility to just ask normally, like a regular ass person, I'm willing to answer. But my thing is, you're very clearly trying to be a
regular
debate
ass
fiend.
person. I'm not
If
going to
you're just trying
pretend
to
like
be a
you said
debate
something you
fiend,
didn't
stop.
say.
If you're just trying to be a debate fiend, I don't see the point in me sitting here and
we
going
can
through
end
the
this here. You
infinite
don't
chain of
like
rabbit hole.
you're just refusing to give an argument. I'm asking
I
you,
gave an argument.
what
Hold
was
on,
the
I even gave
justification?
evidence as to why it would be an argument. What are you talking about?
You haven't given evidence for what would be argued.
Yes, I did.
The parallel
At one
case.
point, and this is further justification. You try to dispute my basis of saying it was circular, and then when I proved it was non-circular, then you asked me for further justification. But that assumed that you thought I had some
You
justification
didn't
to
prove
it.
that it's not circular. Wait.
That's
Do
not
you
the
think that
question. You
just
just
giving
said I
wait? Do you
never
think
made an
that just
argument, but whether or not
wait?
it's
Do
an
you think
invalid or
just
valid
giving
argument, it's
another
an
premise?
argument.
Do you think that just giving another premise would like make it non-circular? Like, do you think like
No,
something
dumb
circular
fuck.
has to
You're
just
actually so genuinely stupid. The point I made
no?
was you
You're
said I
an
made an argument,
absolute
but if
idiot.
it's an
You said, "Oh,
invalid
I made
argument,
it
it's still an argument,
non-circular
correct?
by giving you another justification," and then you're burden flipping by
You might
asking me
actually
to
be stupid as
justify that
fuck.
other thing.
I don't think you
No, it will
understood what I
still.
said.
I'm
You said I
trying
didn't
to
make an
show
argument, but then
you.
you're claiming
I'm
I made
trying
an
to
invalid
walk your
argument.
hand
That's a
through it.
contradiction in terms, dumb fuck.
I'm trying to walk your hand through it and show you how
I'm sure
your
you are trying to walk my
premises
hand. You sound
will
mad
end
fucking
up.
gay.
Hold on. Your premises will end up being used in your conclusion. Your conclusion will be.
You're
Your
not
premises will
responding to
be
my
justified
point.
by
My
the conclusion.
point, I'm going to say it slowly for you. My point is, if you're saying I made an invalid argument, then you cannot also, in the same exact context, say I did not make an argument, dumb fuck.
What?
Was that really a hard thing for you to follow? You actually might be a retard, dog.
No, you're really not understanding what I'm saying. You have a really bad
You're
understanding
crazy.
of foundationalism, Trini. You are so
Why
stupid.
are you switching topics? The question I just asked you was, do you agree that you can simultaneously not have something be an invalid argument and it not be an argument, retard?
Something being an invalid
Is it a
argument and it not being
contradiction
an
in
argument
terms
at
for
the same
something being
time.
an invalid
That's fine.
argument
Like,
and a non-argument?
wait.
Is it a contradiction in
Then it's
terms?
just wait. Well, it depends what you
Stutter.
mean by argument there. What do you mean by argument there?
You're the one using the term, retard. You're the term using the term, retard.
You're the term using the term. Nice one, Trini. Fucking
Yes,
retard.
my bad.
Anyway.
You're the retard using the term. My bad, buddy.
Yeah. No, I got you. You're welcome.
That was
Anyway.
mad gay. So can you actually say the thing? Do you think it's a contradiction in terms?
For invalid argument to be an argument? Well, if you mean like an argument is like supposed to be valid sound,
but you can take
then
a
yes,
second to think. You don't have to respond as
invalid
quickly as
well,
possible.
I
Isn't it
have
judgy if you sound like a fucking
wait,
retard?
I have a
Like, just have
wait.
humility.
Okay, I can
Like that as, but here's
wait,
the thing:
so
nobody
me
will judge
stuttering
you
isn't
if
like
you just acted normal. But it's like all the tip riding and the dick sucking that you do that makes everyone think you're a massive fag, bro. Like that's the only reason.
it's not
You seem
dick
like you'd be a
riding
chill
or
guy
tip
outside of it.
riding. You
No,
don't know what
you seem like you
foundationalism
would be
is.
a normal guy
You're
outside of this
trying
shit, but
to
you're like
say
very
that
insistent on like tip
foundational
ride culture. I
beliefs.
don't get it.
No, because you are
You haven't
biting
even
the
responded
bullet
to my
that
point. You won't
foundational
even answer
beliefs.
whether or not you
Hold on,
think saying
because you're
something is a
biting the
non-argument and
bullet that
simultaneously invalid
foundational
argument is a
beliefs
contradiction in
are
terms.
not some
Like you did just never
self-justified
respond
thing.
to shit.
That they're not some self-evident thing. Parallel case. What the
This
fuck are
is
you talking
the
about?
point I'm making.
Like
I'm
literally
really
just search
confident
up
with
what
what we do
foundationalism is.
substantively,
You
so I'll
don't
kind
have
of
an
move off of that.
understanding of
All this is, I
foundationalism.
think it's just lame as hell, bro. Like,
It's
I think
not
it's just
lame
lame
as
as hell.
hell. Wait, it's not lame as hell. You refuse to debate me on
Yes,
like
it is. You seem like
lookism,
you could be a
anything.
normal person, but you were just so fucking obsessed with dick riding. Like it's actually unbelievable.
Obsessed with dick riding. You literally called me
Like,
out
dude,
here.
everything
I
called you
asked
out
to debate
because
you.
I heard that
Take
you would have stopped going, Trini, please. You said
Nobody.
yourself,
I don't
begged
even
you to
bring
debate
you
5
up
times.
that much.
I begged you to
Take a
debate
no,
5 times.
no.
In chat,
Okay, you see how you're disengaging and you're moving off of the topic because you realize
That's not
you look like
comparable
an absolute
substance. I don't
retard
really care
and
either
you
way.
don't know what foundationalism is. You absolute idiot.
Okay.
So
Do you
listen
want
to
to
me.
use
Listen to me.
ChatGPT? Do you want to use
Listen to me.
IEP, SEP? Which one would you want to use?
Wait.
You go on YouTube.
Okay.
You look
We
up
can ask.
philosophy professors' lectures.
Wait. Okay. What is foundationalism?
And you
That's
give an
fine.
answer to the thing
I'll
that I
search
just
it up
said.
right now. Foundationalism.
No, look up,
You want to
is
ask?
foundationalism considered circular by traditional definition, retard?
Wait.
Why are you stuttering, bitch? Just
Self-evident.
speak normally. Oh my god. Just like, this is the shit I'm talking about. You're so obsessed with tip
You're
running, you
so
can't be normal, so
stupid.
you're like stuttering and
just
bumbling all over yourself.
What, you think just because like someone has a stutter or whatever that
In
the
context
substance
where
of what
you
they're
are
saying is
being
just
a
to be
tip rider,
no,
in
is
context
just to
where
be
you're not being a tip rider, I've noticed that you actually seem to have decent social aptitude, but in context of your tip ride, you start stuttering, you're getting nervous, like, bro, it's not that serious. Like, this
it's not
debate is not that
right.
serious. Like, you're chilling,
Well,
bro.
I'm not a philosophy guy. I don't debate philosophy. I'm thinking
Bitch,
and I'm
then why are
trying
you
to give
asking me about
coherent
foundationalism?
arguments.
What in the tip ride is this?
You're
What
the
fuck?
one. You're literally the one like bringing up all of these IRL cases.
I
You
brought
don't
it up
want
to make
debate.
a really simple point.
We
I
are
brought it up to
literally
make a really
dragged
simple
in this
point.
incredibly meta conversation.
No,
You
Westbound.
started.
Oh my god.
You are falsifying statistics.
Westbound. All
We
I
literally
told
got
you
into this
was
whole-
I think this is a parallel case. I gave a very simple definition. The definition was ostensibly where I was correct. And instead of saying, oh, okay, well, I haven't thought about that, or I don't really know about that, can we focus on this argument, which I would have perfectly been willing to engage with, you instead were like, no, that's not true. I'm a PhD in philosophy. I can tell you that's false. That's how the conversation
you've
went.
been arguing philosophy from
But that's
the
not the
very
point I'm making. The point
beginning
I'm making is
when we were going over
could've
intuition.
completely
So
refocused
this
the
is a
convo.
mistrack by you, Trini. You have
Mistrack is crazy.
yes, it is a mistrack because we were talking about meta and
No, I'm saying
guess
mistrack is crazy because it makes you sound like a virgin ass hoe. Not because it's
philosophy
not
from way before.
inappropriate. I didn't care about that because I think it's actually completely
I
inappropriate. But I
sound
think
like
it's
a
obvious.
virgin ass hoe.
I'm saying using the term mistrack sounds like a massive
Yo,
ass
chill,
hoe
we're
ass thing
all
to say.
virgins.
No,
Yeah,
not
I
really.
definitely think so.
Well, no, you don't understand. You're
Are you
not
gonna
like
say in
tracking
front of a whole
conversation.
party?
You
You mistracked. I
misunderstood.
asked how your
You
day is going, not how your
misunderstood
night's
where
going.
we
Like you sound
started
retarded
talking
as shit.
about
What are you talking
philosophy.
about?
You absolute idiot. That's the
Let
difference.
me
That's what
ask you something,
I'm
retard. Let
saying
me
that
ask
you're
you something, retard.
mistracking.
Would you say
You can say
mistrack in a
whatever you
normal
want.
human setting?
Everybody in the server says that. So I'm telling you. I'm
Oh, I
telling you this
bet.
right now.
So, okay, everybody else does it. That's why I'm not gay.
I
Like,
am
shut the hell up. That sounds
slamming you.
stupid as fuck.
I'm slamming you on
Pause, man. You're
philosophy.
gay as shit. You're envisioning
I'm
slamming other men.
slamming
You're
you
gay
on
as shit.
philosophy.
I
Okay,
bet
I'm
you
beating you
are.
on
Yeah, you're
I'm
gay as
beating
shit.
your
You
ass.
sound mad gay. You sound
All
mad
right, whatever.
zesty. We don't
Like
give a
you
fuck.
don't want to interact with
Ain't
me on the
nothing
substance
wrong
because
with
you're
that,
losing, right?
man.
I already gave you my answer. If you want to respond to the conditional that I just brought up a minute ago, you can.
You're like an idiot. Anyway, wait, what definition? Definition for what?
W rejoinder.
Wait,
Okay, if you
definition for
want
what?
to respond to my
Definition for what?
conditional, you can.
Wait,
Oh,
definition for what?
you're an idiot. Like, what kind of response is that? You sound mad stupid.
What kind of response is that for what?
You
If we're
gave
just
an insult, a literal ad hominem, as a response to me saying that there was a conditional claim that's going to falsify what you're saying, evidentially, dumb fuck, or that you flat out made a contradiction in
I
terms.
said I
Well,
don't.
you said that I
No,
was making a
that
non-argument
wasn't how I
simultaneously was
responded
an
to it.
invalid argument, retard.
So you don't remember what happened. Your brain lacks the functional
Ironic.
capacity because what
That shit was
happened,
not fucking
how I
sick, bro. That shit
responded,
was not cool.
how
You
I
don't look back in a
responded
few years
was
and be mad and
I
embarrassed you said that shit
didn't
out
say
loud.
you're a retard. I said I don't care for your hypotheticals because I don't see the relevance.
Oh man!
That
Oh
does
my
not
god! He
follow.
doesn't even
I need
remember
you
what he
to
just
show
said
me
a
how
few
that
minutes
is
ago. That was
secular.
actually really
And
sad.
then after that was
really
from the
sad.
very beginning. I kept saying
We were talking at the beginning. I'm talking about the thing you just said
Trini,
now,
how
retard.
is that
Oh my
relevant?
god, that was
Trini, how is
really
that
sad.
relevant?
That was actually
No,
really sad.
What's really sad? The fact that you're a
Stutter.
lying idiot.
I'm a lying idiot because the thing you just said you forgot about. So true. You sound like a fucking retard.
I forgot.
Dude. So can I
I
ask
said
you
you
again?
forgot
How can
about it.
something be?
You
Can I
clearly
ask you,
forgot
how
about
can
it.
something be a non-argument and an invalid argument? How can something be an argument and not an argument at the same time, retard?
Well, invalid argument. You're trying to make an argument. You're making an attempt at making an argument. It's not an
That's not
actually
what you
good
said. So W
argument. It's
flip
not an
up.
actual
So
argument.
okay, an
Well,
attempt at something
that
is
would
not the
kind of be
same
the
thing
entailment
as
there,
an
and I'm
actual
like,
argument that
and
is
I clarified
simultaneously
it.
a
I
non-argument.
clarified the
W flip.
intentions. I clarified the intentions
Right. So you
initially.
hedged
I'm
your
clarifying
claim.
it
You changed
again
your claim
because
because
you
you realize
don't
that shit sounds stupid
understand.
as fuck, like half the other things you said.
Not really.
Type shit.
Not really. Not
Yes,
really.
really.
You're trying to
Yes,
make an
really. That shit
argument,
sounds
but it is
stupid as fuck.
invalid.
But that's what's up.
So, like, do you not
So you
like
don't think I have
argument,
any basis
invalid
whatsoever?
argument? You don't see how they're like connected there.
You don't think I have
So
any basis
it's
whatsoever?
not a correct argument. You cannot use
Do you
that
think I
argument.
failed in
It's an
providing a
invalid
basis
argument. You are
whatsoever?
attempting to make an argument. You are
Do you
attempting
think
to
I
make an
failed in
argument. It is
providing a
invalid.
basis whatsoever?
Okay, so
Yo,
if I'm
retard, do you think I
clarifying my
failed in making a
intentions
basis
and telling
whatsoever? Stop talking to yourself. Yo, retard, stop
I
talking to
can't
yourself.
even
I
hear
asked
you.
you,
You're
do you
like
think that I
muffled.
failed to make any
You're
basis
muffled.
whatsoever?
I literally cannot hear
That's
you.
probably because you're on my dick right now. Get off my dick so they can hear me, please.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
probably because you have a shitty mic. It's probably because you have a shitty
Everybody
fucking
can
mic
hear
and
him.
you're a
I have a
dumb
shitty mic
retard
because I'm
who lost
outside.
the
You're on my
Demian
dick
webcam.
right now. Get the fuck out of here. You can respond to everything else
My
I'm
name is
saying.
Tigga. My name is Tigga. I'm
No,
28 years
that was
old
actually
on
really
Discord,
sad. You tried to do
and
one of
I
those gay
cry
ass
when
impressions to think you sounded tough.
Elijah calls me.
No, bro. Why
Well,
is he
no,
running away from you, bro?
like Trini, you're not trying to discuss
Who
with me
was
on
Elijah? Like, bro, stop
substance.
shadow boxing. Respond to the thing I said, retard, real quick.
Which
Do you
thing?
think I
How
provided
invalid?
no
Like
basis
how you can
whatsoever, even though you said
say
my
invalid
basis
argument
was
is
that?
an argument? Obviously, an invalid argument is an
Yes,
argument.
retard.
Yes, obviously
You
not. But I
sound mad retarded. You
clarified
just said
it.
an argument is not
I
an argument.
clarified how it was
I'll leave
coherent.
the debate
You are
there. I'll
trying
leave the
to make
debate
an
there. You
argument,
just
but
said
it's
argument is
invalid.
not an
How
argument.
many
You
times
sound
do I
mad
have to tell
gay.
you this? How many times do I have
You
to tell
just
you
said
this? How
argument
many
is not an
times do I
argument.
have
You
to tell
sound
you
mad
this?
gay and retarded.
How many times do I have to tell you
You
this?
sound mad gay and
How many times do I
retarded.
have to
You
tell
just said an argument is not an argument. Have fun with that.
you? An invalid argument is not an argument.
Yeah, have fun, retard.
You think an invalid argument is an argument?
That was really said. Yes, yes. It literally is by definition an argument, retard. It's a category of argument, is it not?
You think it is an argument that you can use in a debate? That makes sense. That's coherent.
Nah, W flip.
Okay, obviously not, because that's what I'm trying to say. And I said this
that
before, and I'll
was
say it
really
again.
sad,
You are
bro.
trying to make an argument, but it is invalid, so you
No,
cannot use
why are
it.
you
This is the
switching
5th
up
time
now?
I've said it, Trini.
Look,
You are an
if you want
idiot.
to be
You are not
normal,
listening
if
to
you
me.
want to be normal, I don't care about all the little concessions. We can have a normalized convo, but like you just gotta stop the dick riding, bro.
It's not dick riding. Your friends
Yes,
or
it is. Like,
whatever
my dick is
are saying
exhausted.
you're this
Please, we won't
amazing
break this shit.
debater.
Please calm down.
Are
No more.
saying you're some amazing debater. I told him, oh, I mean, he's not that good. Because
Bro,
you're
I
not.
don't care if you think I'm good or not. I just don't
You've been making
like,
retarded
there are a lot of
claims
people who think I'm
and
good, a lot of people who
uninformed
don't think I'm
claims
good.
on
I'm okay with that.
foundationalism.
That means nothing to me. It's just the incessant dick riding, bro.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so if you're fine with
The
me
point I'm
thinking you're a
making
bad
is,
debater, why are
I'm
you
just
dick
trying to
riding?
have a normal convo. I even said from the beginning with you, I was willing to have a regular ass convo. I just don't know why you have to keep doing the dick riding shit.
Who did the dick riding shit?
You, when you were
Okay,
like, I don't know if I want to talk to you. I asked you 5 times obsessively to talk to me. You didn't want to. Like, damn, bro, like just calm down.
Well,
Just ask me to have a convo.
no.
Like, get off my dick.
Okay, I just got out of an argument with this person that is extremely annoying. I got timed out. You think I really want to VC in that server again? Especially when I was asking you to have a conversation prior and you just didn't
like 4
want
hours
to?
you spent before? Yeah, I do think so. Yeah, I do think so. You spent like 4
On
hours
top
here.
of the
Yeah.
4 hours, why are we just adding time to it?
So hasn't it been 2
Like, I
hours this
argued
convo,
with Tigga
roughly,
over it.
and then you had like 2 hours with Tigga, like 2.5 hours. Yeah, it sounds about 4 to me.
This was not 4 hours. It was not 2.5 hours.
I didn't say
with Tigga.
all convo was 4 hours. I'm saying the convo you had with Tigga was 2. I'm assuming
I
that convo was like
understand what you're saying. I'm saying it's not 4 hours even added up.
Okay, let's just assume. How many hours do you think it's been that you spent obsessing about this topic? Go ahead.
Obsessing about this topic, I've been dragged into here to talk about it. Like,
No,
you literally, I didn't even want to talk to you about it.
I didn't realize someone put a gun to your head
I
on
literally
Discord.com.
didn't even want to talk to you
but
about it. But people, what do you mean?
dude, you
you have
literally
like this
said chat.
super
I asked
weird.
you to talk
You
five
have this super
times.
weird. You have this
You
super
literally
weird
said
obsession
I asked you to
about being
talk
gay.
5
Dude, like,
times. That's what you
do you
said.
have like some sort of do you have these like repressed homosexual urges or something? Like, what's wrong with you? Dude, this guy like keeps bringing up. Oh, you're so gay. You sound gay or something. Like, what's wrong with you? So yes, Trini, I'm
because you
going
sound
to
gay
tell you,
retarded. I'm just
if I'm
observing that,
having
so it kind of annoying.
you are retarded. You don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, W,
You
I think you're gay
said
retarded. No,
you
you're
said that
retarded,
foundational
like,
beliefs. You said that foundational beliefs are justified by other things and aren't
Can you respond to
self-evident.
like the normal human conversation?
You
point,
have
real
been
quick?
making these uninformed and incoherent claims this entire time.
I'll let the audience decide for themselves whether or not you sound like a fucking retard when you say an argument.
I'll let the audience decide. I don't care about what the audience says.
Okay,
You know it, and
It's
you want
okay.
to go look at the definition of foundationalism right
Stop
now, and we can talk about it. We can talk.
I already asked you to use ChatGPT. You didn't want to. It's okay. Look, you're a ChatGPT
I already talked to ChatGPT too. I already talked to ChatGPT too.
Oh, what did ChatGPT say? It said circular?
When you asked me to, it said yes, foundational claims are self-evident. They're justified by themselves.
Hold on, that wasn't the question. The question was, are they circular? Self-evidence can mean 2 things.
Yes, something that is self-evident, colloquially speaking,
no, he's actually
would be circular.
Are they circular?
Yes, so like, why would
you're actually scared.
Yes,
oh my
why
God,
is it my bedtime?
That's so sad.
Why is my bedtime? Because it's your bedtime. Okay,
you
so
just answer the
you're trying to say
saying
that it's your bedtime is like the self-evident thing. It is still circular. That's fine.
Like, blah, 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 blah. We don't give a fuck. Real quick, can you just have a normal convo?
It's not blah, blah, blah. We don't give a fuck. I said something true. You realize it's true. You know you're wrong. You know you're a dumb idiot.
Yeah. Look, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
You just said so a second ago. So, can you just
know you're an idiot. You know you're an idiot. You will refuse to debate me.
That was just not funny. Can you just talk like a normal person?
What do you mean that was not funny?
Do you think
you want me to speak to you regularly? You want me to speak to you regularly while you're like? Wait, you want me to speak to you regularly while you're insulting me? Like, what do you want me to do?
Can you speak like a normal person?
Can you speak like a normal person?
Yes, I can. You want to have a normal convo?
You've been debating, like you've been hounding me over like trying to
That
have
was an
a
insane
conversation
stutter.
over
Just
what.
calm down. It's not that serious, bro. It's Discord. Like nobody's gonna whoop your ass if you lose this debate. It's chill.
Well,
Calm down.
no,
Let's just talk normally.
I have a stutter. Like I don't know
No,
what to
you
tell
saw
you.
mad stomach right now. It's dead ass. Not that serious. Just calm
It's
down.
not
Dead ass. Like,
mad.
take a deep breath.
Matt, we're not even having a debate. What's Stunlock about? Like we're talking. What's
You
Stunlock about
are
talking?
obviously debating me on the merits of my claims, and
Are
specifically,
we
we got into
having
a
a
longer
debate right
conversation
now?
about the
We're
relationship between
talking.
intuition and statistics, dumb fuck. So clearly, we
We're
had a
not.
debate.
We're not having that conversation anymore. We've
Oh my
moved
god, this
past
is
that.
really fucking
Right
sad, bro.
now, what
Like,
you are
you want to just
hyper
have a normal combo?
fixated on, what you are
Or do you just want
fixated
to have a
on,
normal combo?
is whether or not I have a
Do
stutter
you just want to have a
and
normal
why you
combo?
want to have some sort of. So we've moved
Hey,
past the
hey,
debate.
hey,
Now
hey,
you
yo,
want to.
yo, yo, yo. Do you want to have a
All
normal
right, so
combo?
we're not debating at this point. All right, so you're.
We can
Do
have a
you want to
normal
have a normal
combo debate. You
conversation?
realize that, right? You can do both.
Well, I mean, yeah, we can, but you clearly don't want to.
So do you want to?
Would you? I'd love to. Pick a topic.
Okay, so like the same topic. Wait, let's just go all the way back to the beginning.
I'm not doing this
Do
again.
you genuinely not
I'm
see a
not doing
connection?
this again with you, dude.
Oh my god, bro! Just be normal.
I've been
Chill out,
talking about it for literally 4 hours. I'm not doing this
bro.
again.
Chill,
Do you want to have some other
Like
discussion, dude?
just say what you think was the most contentious thing you want to talk about from the beginning.
What you trying to like justify statistics with intuition? I don't think you can like prove empirical claims with intuition. That's like the thing I would disagree with the most.
Statistics.
We've already gone over that.
Hold on, to clarify. Yeah,
I'm not doing this.
statistics aren't per se. Wait, chill out, bro. Yeah, statistics are not per se like empirical claims. You know that, right?
Okay, well, you can't make accurate or whatever empirical claims, whatever. You can't justify with intuition. I disagree with it. I don't care what
No,
you
just
define it as.
stats are just
That's
type of
fine.
math.
Call it
So,
whatever you
just
want.
to
And by the way,
clarify,
you don't think
you can have intuitions
data is
about
like
math.
empirical?
I think data can be empirical. Now, stats is data.
So what
There's
is
statistical
statistics?
theory. Statistical theory, for example, isn't data.
I'm not talking about statistical theory. We're talking about statistics.
We
You're
would be
making
talking about statistical
It's a
theory because you're making
statistical
an
claim.
indication when we're trying to make a statistical argument.
Okay. And what does a statistical argument use?
Look, I'm saying that my guess is that normal people don't normally approach conversation that way. And then I'm saying my basis for that is intuitive. And then if you ask me for the justification for the intuition, I'd say we could just appeal to the people around and achieve that dialectic.
Yeah, I'd have to put into question the validity of the people around us right now.
Wait, what?
One, they don't fit the criteria of layman, and two, very clearly, like question bias.
To clarify, they don't have to be layman to have experience layman. You know that, right? Like scientists aren't laymen.
We're talking about the layman, right? Like our whole the analogy given, the argument given. We were talking about normal people. I don't consider
Westbound, real quick,
Discord
I'm not
debaters
like
to be normal people.
I'm not like a golden retriever, but I can say golden retrievers are really nice animals on average. Like you realize that, right? Like I don't have to be the thing to make a commentary about that thing.
Yeah, you don't have to be the thing to make commentary on the thing. But you would still
I don't think it's
not
really
like unless unless you have like some sort of experience or like some sort of understanding of that thing.
Do you think
and
the
it's not
average
like
person here
war.
hasn't went to like a
So
high
basically,
school or middle school or
if the
college?
golden retriever, hold on, like you wouldn't be able to say, oh, I would think like a golden retriever would have X thoughts about whatever, because I wouldn't have that knowledge on golden retrievers. If you had some sort of knowledge on golden retrievers, or would be able, like your biases wouldn't influence your thoughts on what somebody would think, then that's fine. Like you can make that claim, but like obviously there are a bunch of relevant distinctions.
Yeah, but then in this case, you would agree because the average person here has been to like high school or college, and so probably has met normal people, right?
You cut out a little bit.
The average person here has met normal people.
I don't think. Wait, average person, like normal people, like what do you mean by normal people here? Like the layman, like people
average
that don't
people,
debate.
so people who are statistically, yeah,
people that don't debate,
people
that aren't in that mindset.
people who don't have like competitive debate, yeah, people who are just regular old people, like what you would consider statistically average.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so if they and their experience are typically coming to the conclusion that people do have this thought, that would be evidential.
We can appeal to those, yes. But initially, like
So then if we
the
have
problem I
some,
had was
should be
you were
fine.
justifying these statistics like through your intuition. I was saying like you can't do that. If you can like justify it through like a wide array of like intuitions, that's fine because that's like what the statistical data is
No,
accounting
Westbound,
for.
you're missing me. I'm saying
Is
we can do the intuition. The intuition itself already counts as evidence, but if you're saying you would want further supporting evidence beyond the fact of introspection, then I would say we could just see how it lines up with background information, which in this case would be the dialectical appeal of the claim. And then if that actually seems to be very consistent with the
I
background
don't think the
information,
intuition
that
like
make it
is
more
like
theoretically
can be
virtuous.
used. I don't think the intuition can be used.
Like evidentially?
No. Yes, your intuition. I don't think it can be used evidentially to prove this specific
With
statistical
mine
claim.
specifically or just in general?
Yours, a statistic like if we just ask some random person, that's fine. Like we can use that, but like I wouldn't trust yours.
Wait, why not mine?
I mean, do you want me to be real? Like motive to, I guess you wouldn't be a normal person. Motive, like you would have reason not to
Well, I've
like agree with
experienced
whatever
normal
intuition
people,
that wouldn't
and
hold on. I wouldn't agree with your argument. So yeah, like like I
wait,
consider you a
Westbound,
debater. We've been talking
Westbound,
about
real
you
quick.
debating
I
for
see where you're
2 hours.
coming from. I see where you're coming from real quick, but just to clarify, we already established that you don't have to be the thing in order to have experienced the thing, A, and also B,
And then
yeah, you might say have a motive, but everybody here has a motive. I'm letting you also give your opinion, and you might have a motive, so that doesn't really seem to be a disqualifying factor.
I don't think my motive is like admissible either. Like just trying to be logically consistent here. And also like, yeah, you don't have to be the thing to like try and understand that thing, but
But I'm
like I kind
saying
of already
that
remedied
I
that.
don't I don't think that that's really fair.
Wait,
I would say to an extent everybody here has a bias, right? There are a lot of people who are friends with me, but we wouldn't count them out purely in virtue of that. And then there are people who don't like me, but I don't think it'd be fair to count them out purely in virtue of that.
I promise you, there is not a single person in this VC that will agree with anything I have to say. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Anyway,
Bro, you are not.
yeah,
This is
I
not
already
that Jesus
remedied.
Christ comic where you feel persecuted, bro.
I agree with you, Westbound.
I already
See?
like it's not Jesus Christ being persecuted. I'm just like telling you, it's mob mentality. Like I've a lot of people in here like I've either argued with or like as friends, either friends with you or friends with Tigger. Like it doesn't matter. Like it's clear.
I'm
Like
not trying to be mean, but you don't have a single friend in here. Like nobody here likes you at all. I don't even mean that rudely, but genuinely, because I feel like that's
I
probably not
have
true.
He called me a
I
friend earlier,
honestly
but just want to point that out.
I wouldn't put
I
it
don't
back. Like
mind
after the
Westbound. I don't
conversation
mind
I had with
Westbound.
Tigger, honestly, I don't think so. Like beforehand, maybe sure, but after the conversation with Tigger, no. Like I don't.
I don't mind
You know, it's
Westbound.
weird, bro. Like I get you, but people argue about stupid shit, get heated. Like I'm sure you guys are still friends, independent of that.
Well, no, we can argue
One
about
person
stupid shit and
Discord
get
shit.
heated, but when when you make personal comments about people, and then
What personal
you know,
comments did he make about you?
well, he was making comments about my life, me, even though like I live a great life, like whatever. He was still
Can
like
you be more
trying to
specific? I'd
disrespect me
love to hear
personally.
this. I'll fact check you.
Like things
Well,
that you consider like actually personal, or like you feel like he was speculating about your life in a way
well, I
that was
mean,
disrespectful.
no, like things that are like they're true. Like it's not a big deal. Like it's not like he's trying to use them to diss me, and I just find it like extremely
Okay, actually
hypocritical.
that's fair. No,
Because
that's
he
fair.
would
That's
try.
fair.
What did I use that was so deeply personal?
Because
Westbound?
no,
Get
and
into
then
specifics.
shut up. Nobody's
Please,
talking.
no.
to
Get into specifics. I want to hear it. What did I say that
No,
was
I don't
so
care, dude.
deeply personal? That was so.
Oh my god, I don't care,
No,
dude.
say it. Say it.
Well,
Say it.
no,
No,
it's
say
it's
it.
not like a big deal.
Say it.
No, it's not a big deal.
Say it. Say it.
No,
No,
take
say it. Say it. Because you're making me out to be a doxer now. So say it. Please say
making
it.
you out
I
to be a
want to hear it.
doxer. It
Yeah,
wasn't
you're making me act like
doxing.
that I'm actually putting out your personal information out there, like stuff that you personally would help.
It's not personal information. You're not, Tigger, you're not tracking. You're really not understanding.
Everybody in the server is in the server on the merit of my word that nobody in here will have any weirdo shit happen to them. So the fact that you have the audacity,
you weren't. Oh my god, are you done? Are you done?
Shut the fuck up,
dude? Shut up! I'm not talking to you, dude. I'll clarify. I don't care.
You saying this, it is not.
I don't care.
So it's not. So
oh my god,
it's cool, nigga. Like
what?
You're such a.
It's a personal insult. It's not a dox. It's not a dox, you retard. It's not a dox, you retard. It's something that
let's not jump the guy, bro. Let's not jump the guy. Like,
oh my god.
No, fuck this nigga. We would have jumped. Wait, Renji, why not? We used to get jumped. No, about it.
Dude, I'm literally
He's
losing.
crying about my mentality, Renji, right? Is he crying about it?
No.
Is he crying about it? He was crying about my mentality, right?
No.
Wait. But earlier, he was saying, "Oh, it's not different.
I don't
not
care.
different
Oh my
depending on
God,
those settings. It's not." He was saying that
I
with
don't
his life
care
and
about
soul
mob
saying
mentality.
that.
I'm just saying I'm not
Where's
going
the
to
difference
appeal
now,
to them.
Westbound? Why are you
You
crying about
really
it now,
don't even
Westbound?
try and understand
Why?
other people.
Why are you crying about it? Like this is the
Yo,
same
Chigga,
shit.
you're Jewish,
You
nigga.
genuinely
Bro,
don't
I'm just so sick
understand.
of it, bro.
You
I'm so
genuinely
sick of
don't
it.
understand the
Chill,
shit that other people say to you.
No.
Fuck this retard.
Fuck this retard. We're done with this stupid shit. I'm done with this fucking event.
Yo,
Done.
Westbound on top.
Westbound on top. Yeah, Westbound on top. He got humiliated for 5+ hours. Get the fuck out of my VC, nigga. I'm so sick of that stupid shit. If you want to sit here and say, if you new gen niggas want to sit here and say, oh, this, that, and the third about old gen, and then you sit here and then you start crying about mob mentality, and I'm telling you that it's literally different to debate in that shit, leave, nigga. Cry about it, nigga. Stupid ass bitch. What's wrong with him? That's why he's got bitched right now, bro. Sit here and stuttering in chat. I'm dumb.
Yo, what's up?
We want to see you versus Drip. It's the real money fight. That's the real money fight in the server right there. Trini versus Drip.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. Anyone who is dripping their name, you already know is core, bro. I don't think I can handle that level of smoke.
Yo,
That's
Trini,
GG's auto concession.
That's understandable.
Yo,
That's
what's up?
understandable. My bad.
check side chat, bro. I made it look homeless.
Oh no, it's a personal diss.
Yo,
A
Hyde,
personal
no,
diss with
Hyde,
me talking
I
about
hate you,
Prep
bro.
Yeah, I hate you too, BB.
That's fucked up, bro. I was just joking, bro.
No, you know it's jokes. I love you. We eat pizza
Thank you,
together,
bro.
man.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Yo, Hyde, bro. When are you gonna face Westbound
I
next?
don't think
bro?
this list is crazy, but Loki, I don't know how I feel about Perfect Body Daniel anymore. Loki's, I think he's like top 5. I'm starting to think he's hella overrated.
I just think he's the strongest because of the narrative he has with James. Like when Charles Choi was talking about why his body was made, it was to be the counter to James because James is kind of like the peak. He's like perfection, so he should be able to beat out James. I think that's like a consistent narrative, along with James being like the final villain. So I